What were the Black History slave codes? Have you ever wondered how laws shaped the lives of Black Americans during the early years of this country? The topic of slave codes is a key part of that story. Slave codes were laws created in the American colonies and later in the United States from the early 1600s to the mid-19th century. These laws were designed to control and restrict the lives of enslaved Black people. One of the most shocking aspects of slave codes was that they defined enslaved Africans and their descendants as property, not as human beings. This legal status stripped them of basic rights and freedoms. The main goal of these codes was to keep white enslavers in power. They regulated the behavior, movement, and social interactions of enslaved people, enforcing a racial hierarchy that protected the economic interests tied to slavery. Key features of these codes included strict prohibitions. Enslaved people could not own property, enter contracts, or testify in court against white individuals. They were also forbidden from learning to read or write, gathering in groups without white supervision, carrying weapons, or leaving their enslavers' property without permission. Marriage among enslaved people was not legally recognized, which added to their sense of disempowerment. The punishments for breaking these codes were severe. They ranged from whipping and branding to imprisonment. In extreme cases, death could occur, though this was rare because enslaved individuals were considered valuable property. Interestingly, slave codes also affected free Black people. Many of these laws blurred the lines between enslaved and free status, creating a confusing legal environment. As fears of rebellion grew, especially after events like the New York Slave Revolt of 1712, the codes became stricter. This tightening of laws aimed to suppress any potential uprisings. Understanding slave codes is essential for grasping how control mechanisms upheld slavery. These laws laid the groundwork for later systems of racial discrimination, such as the Black Codes and Jim Crow laws after the Civil War. Despite the harsh restrictions, enslaved Black people resisted in many ways, asserting their humanity and fighting for freedom throughout U.S. history. The legacy of slave codes reveals both the challenges Black Americans faced and their remarkable resilience and resistance.